Our research topic is about consumer attitudes on smartwatches. Our aim is to critically assess the consumer preference market in order to identify factors which contribute to consumption and trends of smartwatches. The research objectives are to associate the information collected with selected demographic variables, to investigate perceptions and attitudes towards smartwatches, and to compare usage statistics on smartwatches across Australia. Although wearable technology has been around since the early 1980s, the models back then were bulky, unfashionable, and hard to use, not to mention extremely expensive. There were some demand for smartwatches in the early 2000s, when Pebble and Sony released a more user-friendly and fashionable version, but smartwatches only became popular in 2014 when big companies like Samsung and Apple released their own stylish versions of the smartwatch. Smartwatches have captured consumers in Australia and worldwide by introducing mini wrist wearable devices that are defined by rich functionality, mobility, and wearability. Most smartwatches need to be used in combination with a smartphone, as it allows data gathered by the device to be displayed in a simplistic manner that allows quick and easy understanding of the information. Thus, smartphones are complementary to smartwatches and play a huge role in the latter industry. Ownership of smartphones in Australia is poised to continue rising, driven by increased popularity and functionality, as well as lower overall prices due to rising brands. Therefore, there is potential for Australians to consume more smartwatches due to the necessary integration required with smartphones. Our research is aimed at consumers of smartwatches in Australia. We aim to research this topic through the utilization of economic principles, including analyzing existing trends using data from the wearable technology industry. We will then attempt to apply economic principles such as type of goods, indifference curves, and elasticity. Finally, we will take into account existing literature reviews before answering the following research questions. The questions we specifically aim to answer are: what is driving the consumption of smartwatches in Australia? How does advertising affect consumer choices on smartwatch brands? And how will consumption of smartwatches trend in the future? We expect the consumption of smartwatches to increase in popularity in the future, driven by the rising ownership of smartphones of Australian consumers. This is due to the integration required with smartphones in order to gain the full functionality of the smartwatch. We also believe that smartwatches are mainly consumed due to their versatility and function, rather than their status as an upcoming luxury good. We also expect to find that smartwatch companies that spend more on advertising will capture a larger market share of the Australian consumer. We hope that we've given you a good outlook on our research analysis. Lastly, thank you for watching this video, and we hope that you've enjoyed it.
Created using Powtoon.